Look alive, episode 85.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
oh. How about we go mow some hay down by the bay? What do you say? We just made
we just may.
85. Shout out George Kittle. Um, it is December 6th, 2023, and it is National Miners Day with an E.
Like,
Just
not
just hit me.
mimers.
Mine. MINERS.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Miners. Like UTEP.
So,
Shout out UTEP. Come on the show.
right. Yes. I was also thinking like the mimers. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
And I thought you were doing a little tease to later on in the episode.
No, is there something going on? My headphones are jacked up, I
Well,
think.
with the mimers, yeah.
Mimers.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, that's why it's called a tease.
Okay, stay tuned, including me. Um Thursday is National Slime Day. How about that, dude? So
Ooh,
that's
shout
is
out
that
Nickelodeon.
shout out college football playoff committee. Bunch of slime bags. I'm AK. You can see it on my screen. That's J-Vi, Butch P joining us here in a second, getting his computer all revved up, priming it up. Oh, he was in here. Now he's gone. 7 different kinds of smoke, Butch P. Tex, not here, coaching wrestling, I think, is what
Yeah,
he's
going
doing.
for his third county championship
So I was getting ready to
this
say.
year.
So, but anyways, happy December, everyone. We've got what a terrible. I was sitting there last night and I was like, man, wouldn't I kill for some action right now? Would I wouldn't I love some action or a Sun Belt game?
Yeah.
Instead, I'm like trying to watch college basketball and I'm just like, no, this isn't doing it for me.
It's hard to watch college basketball until March.
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't quite turned the leaf to like being full-time hockey guy during the week because usually that's what I do.
Yeah.
As football winds down, I go into hockey mode.
You mean tell me
So,
you're not an NBA in-season tournament guy?
dude, I just want to know if those stats count as regular season or postseason.
I just
That's
want to
all I want to
know
know.
why they changed the court.
Well, I did hear about that. Here was
Do
what they
those
said.
teams play more games than other teams?
There's what
Like,
is there
how
like?
is it? I don't understand how the scheduling of that works.
I think did they just steal an idea from all the FCS football fields and just make all the colors of the court like red and green? Well, that'd be a football field.
Gray.
So did they steal from from football because they have a green court? So that's basically a football field.
Huh.
Hmm,
Interesting.
that's what I'm saying. I just want to know if these are regular season or postseason stats. Like, is this ring going to go if LeBron wins it? Is this going to count
Ooh,
as he's got a title?
good point.
I'm just saying.
So he's got what, 2 or 3 with the Heat, the bubble ring, and now in-season play. Oh,
Did, didn't he win
interesting.
one with us? I mean, how many in season tournament champions does Michael Jordan have?
0.
Oh, I
Wow.
mean, who's the goat?
I mean, of
And he's got a
in-season?
bubble champ. I mean, he's got bubble championship, in
Yeah.
season
How many
championship,
bubble
maybe.
championships did Jordan win?
That's what I'm saying. Who's your goat? MJ's going to come out of retirement. Okay, enough basketball. We don't even watch basketball. We're trying to win the Millie. Did we win the Millie Monday night, fellas? In the NFL showdown, where we saw Jacksonville and Cincinnati go at it.
No, I went to sleep again. I missed the ending of the game.
Dude, you by the time you woke up, Trevor Lawrence was still walking down the tunnel to get to the training room.
Yeah, I woke up I think around 4, and it was like I saw a tweet. It was like from an hour ago, and it was like something about press conference or people talking. I was like, holy cow! Like, what happened in the game?
Dude, it was bad. Kirk went out, Trevor Lawrence went out, and then Jake Browning went Brock Purdy on him, throwing for all those yards, high completion percentage, led his team, all that stuff that would lead you to get an MVP. So yeah, I didn't that was a bad. I didn't really fully buy into the 40 over under. I was like, something's off here. I don't trust the Jags. I don't know why. I can't explain it.
Well, it's two offensive minded head coaches too that call the plays.
True.
So
Mm.
it was Browning's second week in the offense feeling comfortable. I mean, what didn't they say he's since 2019 he's been a part of 21 transactions. So that means he's been cut, traded, signed, trade, whatever, like 21 different times. So he probably didn't feel comfortable with that first game.
He sounds like somebody's fantasy football
Yeah.
roster.
Trying to find a defense during the buys.
Yes. Dude, you know what blows my mind is most of the national media people are like, I had no idea who this guy was. I'm like, you knew who he was, right?
Pac-12 after dark, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was in the college football playoff, was he not?
Yeah.
For Washington.
I believe we did a thing with him, Elite 11 too. So I think he's Elite 11 guy.
Did he transfer or was he always at
I
Washington?
think he was always at Washington.
Okay. But I'm just like shocked that people are like, I don't know who this kid was. It's like, what?
I think he got behind Easton. Maybe even
Um,
before Easton.
oh yeah, yeah. I know who you're talking about. He's the dude that transferred, Caleb Eason
Yeah, he
from
transferred into
Georgia.
Washington.
Yes, okay. Okay. Bratismo tuning in, chiming in. Were these teams okay, first of all, no apostrophe, dude. Were these teams pre-selected? What do you mean?
Where are these days? Hey,
Or did you
Demo's the Drake of our friend group. He's got a lot of teams. So where are these teams?
Yes,
So
we're
he's
these
he's
teams.
claiming all of the teams in the playoff.
He's in the in-season tournament. You
Yes.
should see this guy's jersey. Like he doesn't have just the split jersey. It looks like a checkerboard of all. It's like one of those quilts your mom used to make
Yeah,
with all your
it's like Travis and Jason Kelsey's mom's shirt with like 15 other teams on it.
yeah. It basically looks like Tennessee Volunteers end zone, but except jerseys and teams in each square in a shirt. Oh man. All right, that was ripping on BMO. Great tailgate guy though. Great
Bemo,
tailgate guy.
Bemo, come on the show.
Come on the show, dude. Anytime. Okay. I forgot where we were at. Thursday night football. We were talking something. Uh Thursday night football. This is disgusting. This is we're gonna get through it, but it is hold your nose, take your Pepto, do all that stuff. Like
I have
it is
I read some eye-opening stats on the Pats. And
hey,
I'll that's a little tease too, but we
yes,
could talk about it. But I feel
J-Bow,
like they're very eye-opening.
tease in the trap. Okay. I wanted right off the bat here. Um AFC or NFC? I think
For
the AFC is losing it's losing mojo going down on the stretch here. What is it? Only 4 of the 7 teams in the playoffs currently have their starting quarterback or they're
yeah,
starting a back, one of those things.
yeah.
I mean, looks like the
I think
NFC's
too,
taking over.
just like it was watered down because you had every team in the AFC North playing or in the
Mm,
playoffs there for a little bit, and partly because of their matchup out of division and all their division games are late. So now that they're kind of knocking each other out, it's kind of opening it up a little bit. But it looks like your, end of season fantasy football logjam where you have like two more weeks to figure it out before playoffs start.
yes. It's gonna be wild to watch that down the stretch. Because the teams in front of the Bills, I know you're a Bills fan.
Well,
I
And
don't
what's
trust
bad is
any.
they all have the tiebreaker on us.
So the Bills could finish like 10-6 along with everybody else and still miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
I was just gonna win
I
out.
gotta. I don't. It's weird. Football's weird. I look at these teams and I watch a lot of them play, and I watch the Chiefs, and I'm like, they don't look good. The Ravens don't look good. The Dolphins are the Cowboys of the AFC. It's like every time they play a team that's somewhat talented, they get mollywopped. So it's just weird in the AFC. I don't know. The Jags just
And the
lost Trevor
Jags.
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Houston's been the most consistent, oddly enough. So I don't know. And in the NFC, it's like obviously the Niners are an absolute wagon. And
It's 2
then
teams.
who?
The Niners and the Eagles.
I thought you were going to say the Cowboys.
No.
The Niners have beaten both the Cowboys and the Eagles by like 30 points.
Yeah. It's like a total of 70.
Yeah.
The Eagles have had a run too, like late games. They've been like the game of the week like the past 5 weeks.
Yeah. The
And
Bills used to do that.
Their Sunday night this week, and then their Monday night next week against the Seahawks.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hey, they'll get rest, so we don't have to listen to that stupid argument anymore. Sick of that. You want me to feel bad for the Eagles because they didn't have enough rest? How about going to the NFC Championship and losing 3 quarterbacks? How about that? I don't care about your rest. Get over it.
Hey, next
That
man up.
avenged. Avenged. That was avenged. The Eagles are fraudulent after that. They can't
Don't let
claim
the
the title
Niners
now.
be like the Bills against the Chiefs. Bills always go into Arrowhead every year and beat the Chiefs during the regular season.
Oh. Oh. So you're calling a Chiefs, you're calling Bills upset.
I'm just saying.
Mm. All right. Hall of Fame bets. Don't let shenanigans get ahead in the playoff game. Yeah, yes, 28-3. Good one, dude.
What was his Super Bowl one? Not
That
that
was
one.
28. That was 28-3.
With the Niners too, though.
Oh, that was a 10-point lead.
Oh.
That was a 10-point lead. Bad no call on George Kittle going down the
Oh, here
sideline
we
before I had
go.
to go up to. Oh man. Okay. Hall of Fame bets. We got some Christmas stuff coming up too, don't you? Look, we're for the season. We're festive goats. Hall of Fame bets, promo code MillyGoats. Go follow them on Twitter. Check them out. They give you information on parlay optimizers. It is unbelievable. You can filter all kinds of information, up to 10 games, up to 2 years, whatever, stats, trends. Go check them out. Promo code MillyGoats. Last week, they hit a 9-leg parlay, but they had all the research to back it up. They found that parlay had hit before 100%, and then they hit it again. So promo code MillyGoats, cheat code for Hall of Fame bets. Go get it in the App Store. National Miners Day with an E. We use products every day made from raw materials excavated from the mines. These materials are a result of the hard work of the miners. These men and women play a much more critical role in our lives than most people realize. And this was a really serious national day. I was looking and I was like, wow, some of this stuff, these people put it on the line, dude. Like,
Yeah, I do.
so shout out miners. Tip our caps to you. All right, anything on Miners Day?
No. Go vote.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I was thinking.
I just Trey Hennessy laughed right there too.
Yeah, you were wheezing, dude. You're still doing it.
I can't help it.
Okay. Overview. Let's get it. We're going to talk about the outlet stores too, but we got the water cooler debate. That's what the outlet stores are. Monday Night Football review. We got that. We're going to go over that. Football buffet, DFS Express hype train. Thursday and Sunday games, college football coming to a close, but we do have some real playoffs that some committee can't completely screw over a team Oh my gosh, dude. I want to get into that again. We will maybe later. But how dare you use other relevant sports news, Inter Squad Dad Kings Jamboree, the Wodamaker, tightening up at the top. And don't steal our intellectual property anymore. Specifically you, pardon my take, literally taking our graphic right out from underneath us and unblock us college football, Reddit college football, you cowards. Okay, we have got the water cooler debate segment.
Are you serious?
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
Are you kidding me?
Here it is. Water cooler debate segment. Oh, there he is. Butch P's back. He is back. I thought you were wearing your Cowboys jersey. No?
No, I was just at the water cooler.
He was in the break room. We met him. We met him in the break room. Dude, what are you wheezing for? You sound like that penguin off of Toy Story. Loses his voice box. Are you drinking a Pepsi?
Yeah.
No wonder, dude.
Hey,
You're gonna
come
get
on
the
the
black
show.
lung from
No
that
free
stuff.
shout outs.
Yeah,
Hey,
come on. Yeah, Pepsi.
my bad.
Bleep that
I'll
out.
tape it up.
Put-
I'll tape it
I
up.
was gonna say, put some tape on that. Go get some Dr. Thunder
Spat.
or whatever it is. Okay, water cooler debate segment. Now that we've got Wheezy the Penguin over there,
Shasta.
we pick Shasta. We pick a topic. Shasta, I haven't heard that in a long time. I thought it was Shasta. Oh,
Well,
we pick
you
a
can
topic.
pronounce it however you want to.
Hey, tomato, dude. Where was I? We pick a topic. Could be seasonal. Could be football related. Could be sports related. Whatever. We pick it. This time because we love Christmas. We're a big Christmas pod. We've been doing Christmas themed ones. We then take that poll, put it up on Twitter. The people vote for it. We crown a winner. We hang banners behind us back here, as you can see, and we have fun with it. But we had a special request from somebody who listens to the show, not our family and friends. I mean, they do listen to the show, but somebody else said, "Did I miss the dad joke?" And the dad joke's been gone for a while, but not anymore. It's back.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the dad joke. Why do the Who's down in Whoville not like football?
Because the Virginia Cavaliers are terrible.
No. That's good, though. The Who's, the Wows.
Because the Grinch
Because-
stole it.
Close, because it's a game of Grinches.
Oh, no.
Yes, dude. That's football
Oh,
Christmas wrapped up all into one joke, dude. That is written right here on this show. Share it to the masses. Oh, that was beautiful. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, that felt good. That felt really good. From last week, last Wednesday, episode 83, we had what was the GOAT Christmas smell in. Dude, this one got more votes than anyone we've done in a long time. And I don't know why, because it might have been the four worst Christmas smells ever compiled into a list. I mean, immediately when we put it up, people were commenting Christmas tree, putting up gifs of Christmas trees. Like,
That's the obvious answer. That's why you should have done second best smell.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we were really arguing.
Yes. Okay. And Butch P went the traditional route with peppermint. It took everything in my power to not put them all for your Christmas smell. It took everything in my power, dude. I had it written in there and I was like, no, because I should have done it. I just should have done it. But Butch P wins with 36% of the votes with peppermint. And Javi comes in second with a fire.
It was my song that did it.
Oh yeah, roast nuts roasting on an open fire. The old classic Christmas song. I was in third with 16% with White Barn Bath and Body Works candles, and Tex with Tex with chocolate is in last. Dude. Oh, Tex chocolate, of course. Yes. Oh, whoops. The Fun Football Podcast is here. Check those guys out. They just started their YouTube channel up. Go subscribe. Go subscribe to that show. They're trying to get to 50, then they can do some live shows. So go. Those guys are awesome. They got a great podcast, great show. Go check them out. Dude, when he said chocolate, you got to be kidding me, man. Like, who is there even a candle that's flavored that's scented chocolate?
I'm sure they got like licorice and stuff. So
oh god, there's a company that does like licorice, like they do Sherry's berries. Just terrible. So, but yeah, yeah, awful. Anyways, those are the results. Any rebuttals? I mean, I don't really think we pretty much nailed that list. I think. I mean, everybody. It's like that song on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me peppermint schnapps for the family.
Trilogy.
Whatever. Oh, man. Anyway. 5 chocolate smells. Okay. So we nailed the Christmas smells without question. The mall would have probably won. I did another poll too before we get into this question. What is more crucial to the Christmas season? Is it Christmas music or Christmas movies? I want to hear your guys' thoughts because Twitter responded in a big way, and I have the
definitely
results.
Music. Definitely music.
Really? I asked that at work today too.
Also, I guess don't watch a lot of movies. What's better, Christmas music or Christmas movies?
Movies.
Oh, embrace debate. Embrace debate.
Golly.
I do think they play the music too soon. Dude,
go somewhere else.
So
go off, King.
My daughter's getting into the Christmas music this year, so we've been finding some old good ones, like that J. Beebs Christmas album.
Woo! Hey, have you played Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree?
Fire Flames. And then NSYNC has that one Christmas song that's good.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Oh,
exactly how it sounds.
We got people chiming in here. So the Fun Football Podcast. He's a music fan. They're Green Bay Packers fans. He's riding high right now. Those guys are riding high. The Packers are on fire. Bratismo.
Mariah Carey's song is no longer number 1.
Really?
She's been over.
Really?
But
that one that girl who was like 13 when she sang it, but now she's like 85. What's that song?
What? I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas?
No.
I forget.
Emo's just rattling off.
I heard the butt end of it on the radio, so I didn't hear what song overtook Mariah Carey. But then I'm a movie guy, so I didn't care.
Ooh, dude. BMO list Wham! Last Christmas? Absolutely not. That song is no. The Temptation Silent Night, easily the most electric Christmas song of all time, and the Drifters, White Christmas, electric. But Football Podcast, you have got to get the right Temptation Silent Night. You're going to find two versions. You got to get the right one. You'll know it when you hear it. It leads in with the hoo 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 hoo.
Yes.
Whew. That's the one you want.
The song I was thinking of that just overtook Mariah Carey, Brenda Lee's "Rocking Around the Christmas Tree."
That's the one?
When she sang that, she was 13.
Rocking around.
She was 13 years old. Now she's like, 79. 65 years after its release, it hit number 1. And I think it's because everybody's just realizing or finding out that she was 13 when she sang that.
Wow.
So it's like going viral.
J. Beebs. rocking around the Christmas
Dude,
tree.
that album is fire.
Dude, I'm telling you, Little Drummer Boy.
Yes. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah.
Oh man,
What
Mistletoe.
about that cartoon with the reindeer? The one that goes.
that's
Aye,
that's
aye,
the
aye,
That's White Christmas by the Drifters. Awesome
Oh,
song.
okay. Yeah.
That's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
that one's great. You
You
have to watch.
Hey, we're about to
Yeah.
get. Hold on. Stop. Time out. Time out.
What?
Time out. Last time we played music.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, now this should answer
We
the
got
question.
canceled.
This should answer the yeah. We did get flagged for that. This should answer the question. I guess we're a music pod because we didn't go down a rabbit hole of movies.
That's
So,
right.
That's true. Dang.
The best new Christmas movie is Christmas Office Party
Mm.
or Office Party or whatever.
I gotta
it
watch
is.
that one. I gotta watch, dude.
It's
I'm
hilarious.
I'm a big fan of the all the little like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeers, the
Yes.
claymation, all that stuff.
Yeah, we've been
I love
watching
those
those.
things. Give them to me.
So
So
have
Butch
we given them
P1 with
water
peppermint
for it?
smell.
debate yet?
No, that's what I was trying to bring it back. But that poll was a good one. Hey, don't forget to check out my dad joke earlier, Fun Football Podcast. I know you're
Where
fired
was
up
the
about the
poll
Packers.
located?
It was on Twitter.
Oh, I thought it was north.
All right, here's this week's. He said, check out the Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Christmas Eve all instrument. Trans-Siberian Orchestra can get it now. I mean, they can get it. Here's this week's question. GOAT Christmas outlet store. This can be from any era, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tex was in last, so he got to go first, and he rattled off a good one earlier. He's not going to be on the show, but the GOAT Christmas outlet store. This means when you were a kid, could be now, whatever. What's the one that you always were excited to or are excited to? I know J-Bot just went virtually into one this past week.
I did.
Did some Christmas shopping. Okay, so here's the GOAT outlet Christmas store. We'll put this up on Twitter. Tex's answer was GameStop.
Ooh.
As a kid, dude, back when not before the stock market, Tex said GameStop. That was his GOAT outlet store for Christmas. You can't argue with that. That's a good one.
It's good.
I mean, back in the day when you used to have to go and we didn't have all these digital downloads and stuff. You had to go in and trade out your controllers and your consoles and whatnot. So that's a good answer. Mine. I was torn between two here. Torn between two. Can I give my first one and then do my honorable mention at the end?
Yes.
Toys R Us.
Ooh.
Oh,
There
you
was
son of a
nothing.
sandbagging.
There was nothing.
I should have went before you. Dang.
No, dude. We changed it. Somebody said, "Hey, if you were real
When
football
he started
goat,
losing, the
you
rules
do-"
got
No,
changed.
dude. I won like the last three.
Oh yeah, here we go.
You didn't win the last one. You couldn't win
Sandbagging.
the last three.
Dude, you can still use Babies R Us.
I'm gonna act like a baby right now.
I was gonna say you're acting like a baby. I mean, dude, ripped the Jeffrey the Giraffe. Come on down. Come on the show. We'll have you on Toys. Dude, there was nothing.
I'm going back to my original then.
Nothing like walking into a Toys R Us around Christmas. That was phenomenal. Oh. So that's mine. J-Vi.
So I looked at this as like kind of how Butch looked at it last week as, a whole and just including everything into one. So mine was Tanger.
Tanger out, you scumbag, dude.
The Tanger
you
outlet.
scumbag.
Hey, by the way, it's not your foyer, it's your foyer. I don't think it's Tanger. We live in the South, so of course it's Tanger. I think it's Tangier.
Tangerang. Tangier, actually, is what it's called. A Fun Football Podcast, Kmart, RIP Kmart. RIP. Yeah. Kmart was cool, though.
until Walmart
Okay.
came around.
Here we go, dude. Here we go. Brett, Bebo, the mall, it's back. The mall
Hey.
is back. Hey, check out the smell in the mall.
Brett,
Phenomenal.
that's mine, dude. BMO.
Okay,
Chiming
so
in
what do
with
we
the
have?
mall.
GameStop, Toys R Us. What was the Tanger outlets, which is like 70 stores if you don't know what the Tanger outlets are. That's a good answer.
The closest
Oh,
place to shop or
Butch
where I
is gonna
grew up.
say like an electrical outlet because that's where the Christmas tree plugs in or something stupid like that.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna
All
go
right.
with the world. The world encompasses all stores.
The globe. Oh, Disney World. Okay. What's your answer, Butch?
All right. Oh yeah, you just gave me one. The Disney store in the mall was spectacular. But that's not the one. I'm gonna go with sporting goods store.
Woo! Did you have a particular one?
Dick's.
Dicks.
Mm.
Hibbit. Did y'all have a Hibbit?
Hey, play it again?
We had to play it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had Hibbit
And then
Sport.
and
Okay,
then
Tim
the
McGraw.
Sports Authority before they got
Yes.
knocked out.
That's the one.
That's
Sports
the
Authority
one.
on
Yeah.
up in Winston. Yeah, dude.
Oh,
See,
dadgummit,
we had mom and pop ones. We had Harris Sporting Good.
Best Buy?
Yeah.
That's not a sporting goods store. But it just
I
hit me
know.
because it used to be right beside
I
Sports
just
Authority.
said it. Yeah, it hit me too.
But we know you might have gone to sporting goods stores, but you got at Christmas, you got all your stuff from East Bay.
Yeah. I said that to somebody at work too, because I told him the question.
Oh, the catalog that came
I was
in?
like, dude,
Yeah.
East Bay, and he just looked at me because he's like 20. He's not near as old as us, and he just looked at me. He's like, I heard of that, and I'm like, you have no idea.
I've heard of that back in the old times.
You guys
is that, a
had to go through
magazine?
that. You went through it, right? And like
Yeah.
circled everything that you
Circled it.
wanted.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I would also turn the page down so I knew my parents had to see like the 2 marks, like the page turned down and it's circled.
Yes.
We used to have to
You had to
we
mark it.
put our initials too because me and my brother would both go through it. So it's like, JVB, JRV, whatever. So we had to let them know which one was for which.
Hey, let him know. Okay, Russ
Dude.
Wilson. Oh man,
FFB just went to the Foot Locker, dude. Get some Air Force Ones.
Yes, dude. I love the Foot Locker.
New Jordans.
Lids. Don't let me go into a lids, dude.
Oh yeah, lids. Yeah.
I love lids. I used to have a card, dude. I was a member.
I'm walking out without my wallet. But a ton of hats.
I used to have a MySpace account. And it was don't hat me, bro. Kidding. I didn't have a MySpace. That would have been a cool name though. Lids Fanatic. Oh, okay. All right. Radio Shack too, Fun Football Podcast. Yes. Okay, let's talk about this. These football games and such. Do we have theme music?
Yes. Football, you're so cool.
And on our show, you're gonna rule. Football, we love you. Wow. Okay, for those of you watching and listening right now, or those listening on the podcast, that is an original tune that we wrote, and one of our guys, Dylon, tickles the strings. What is it? Tickles the twine on those.
Twine. Yeah.
We're all on the vocals. We've remixed the Bowser song "Peaches" into football and wrote our own song. We gotta figure out how to get it out there.
We're trying to make a
Anyways,
music video.
We're trying to make a music video. So if you have any music video skills that we don't really have the budget to pay for, we'd be glad to talk to you.
It's like the new version of Boys of Fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Just us sitting in our basement talking about football. Me. Okay. All right. We had a Monday Night Football game. Cincinnati, somehow, 10-point dogs, goes into Jacksonville. Wins 34-31, keeps their season alive. Jacksonville was favored by 10. Over-under was 40. Big story here. Trevor Lawrence sprained his ankle, and Christian Kirk went out, which completely derailed all of our DraftKings plans. I think the big thing from DraftKings, Tex called it. If you listen to the shows, was it last Wednesday? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Or Sunday,
No.
whatever it was.
Sunday.
Tex said Evan Ingram was going to go off. Evan Ingram went off. He wasn't the optimal, but he went off. This game had 65 total points. Joe Mixon was the optimal, and I had a few lineups.
I called that.
Did you?
Yeah.
There you go.
Check the tape. I said Joe Mixon.
Heck yeah. He always, in these standalone games, Joe Mixon shows up. So he was in the optimal for your DraftKings. And then a 3-3 build is what won it. And the key with that was, what's his Parker, Preston Washington, or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
Christian Kirk.
Washington. He replaced Kirk.
Yep, he replaced Kirk, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, not the Jags D. Holy smokes.
There were no. I think I wrote a note in there that was explicative defenses, because that's 2 games in a row on showdowns. I've gone all defense, and it's gone completely backwards.
Oh.
But anyways, a couple of points from this game. Trevor Lawrence got hurt. Looked like a high ankle sprain when it happened. Basically, the tibia and the fibula get split, and it splits the connective tissue between the 2 bones. That's why it takes longer to heal, because it's not just the lower one. Is Browning? I mean, old Browning threw for, he's like 32 or 37, threw for like 350 or something. Like he was
Was Joe Burrow our system quarterback?
Is Browning a better leader? I mean, the leadership points is the big thing. He rallied the troops.
Shout out to Joe Burrow for leadership quality. So I saw people were making a big deal about how, he's got his season-ending injury, but he's still on the sidelines wearing a headset in his sling.
Yep.
And Deshaun Watson, season-ending injury, is up in the box with his girlfriend. So, take that for what you want.
Reverse leadership. I'm sure that rubbed people the wrong way. Sorry, I couldn't.
Dad joke.
2 other things from this game. Tyler Boyd's interception. What the hell was that?
That was, and that's the thing, though, is if Jacksonville returned that for a touchdown, I would have had a legit chance.
Dude. Josh Allen couldn't get it done on primetime again.
That is the 9th straight game there's been a Josh Allen turnover. 8 by the Bills, Josh Allen, and 1 by. Even when Josh Allen's on a bye week, he gets a turnover.
The other thing was CJ Beathard comes in, and he's a cool story. He's got his hit a couple years ago. He had a rough go at it, so it was cool to see him get in. But he was an Iowa quarterback. And the last thing you want in a football game is an Iowa quarterback trying to score a touchdown on any football surface.
Yes.
Oh, man. And then Tex put the Jags are done. Anything on this, Butch?
Dude. Does he not know how to throw? Does he not know how to throw it away? Like, throw the ball away. Don't stop trying to run. Like, he kept trying to step up in the pocket and take off running. It was like, I have Beathard.
Oh. He just didn't seem like, again, Iowa quarterback. And, he probably looked at the scoreboard and was like 31 points. What the hell is that?
Is he foreshadowing? Is he foreshadowing what's going to happen in college football playoff?
Ooh, Washington. I don't know, man. Could be. Yes. But okay. I don't know why the Bengals wanted to win that game, but they did, and that kind of threw the AFC up in a tizzy because Jacksonville blew their chance for the 1 seed. Obviously their franchise quarterback got hurt, but High scoring in DraftKings, 169 points won it. That's cool to see. Speaking of, when we get to this game, might be the complete opposite.
Shoo, I got 177.
Yowza. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
What was that lineup? Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah. Jamar Chase was your captain. Both
Oh.
quarterbacks. Mixon, Ingram,
Mhm.
and Watson. And that was
Watson?
one person that played that.
You mean Washington?
Oh, Washington. Yeah, Washington.
I was-
Excuse me.
It's like, bro, he was
Washington.
He played Sunday night.
Yeah,
Okay. Was it still a 3-3?
but yeah, that's no. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
because Washington
Okay.
was Jags.
I mean, it was over under 40. And so,
Yeah.
like, when
And
you're
that's-
building your lineups, like,
That's a
no
that's
defense, no
500K
kickers.
lineup right there.
It's like winning the in-season tournament.
Dude.
All right.
By the way, they did a round robin between what their record was last year, and they grouped all the people into a group play round robin, and then the winner of that group came out, and then they started doing a single game elimination, I believe.
Nice. Good for them.
Weird.
All right. We got a couple of notes here in our new segment, Big Click Energy. These are like trending topics. Well, we think they're trending. We don't really know what's trending. We were just talking about Toys R Us and GameStop for 30 minutes. So take that for what it will. J-Vi, go ahead.
So, little stories that are starting to catch steam. Josh Allen should be leading the MVP race
For the
Despite-
Jaguars?
despite his 6-6 record.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He has more touchdowns than 25 teams. He leads the NFL in TDs, and he has scored 89% of his team's touchdowns. No MVP winner in history has ever done two of those things.
Hmm.
Total touchdowns in 2023, Miami Dolphins 44, Ravens 37, Josh Allen 33.
Okay.
He's putting up stats, boys. And the MVP is the most valuable player. What would the Bills be if they had Kyle Allen playing quarterback instead of Josh
Probably 6-6.
Allen?
Guess they'd be running the ball.
Just saying, it's catching steam.
I'm
Sources
just
are saying.
Let me rebuttal with the current MVP odds that I saw the other day. It's currently Brock Purdy 3-1, and then Dak Prescott plus 350 and Jalen Hurts plus 350.
Vegas
and then
clearly doesn't know what they're talking about because they thought that Florida State was going to make it into the playoffs.
God, don't get me started on that again. And then Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. Somehow those two guys are up there. I don't. Fun Football Podcast says, "What about Tyreek Hill?" I mean, I'm all for giving it
Should
to
be
a
in the
positional
argument.
player. Yeah, hey, go ahead. But Brock Purdy has the lowest amount of yak of any quarterback that's won the MVP in the last 5 years. His yards after catch from his receivers is 48.2. That's the lowest in the past 6 MVPs. So everybody says he's a yak king. Nope. He's throwing the ball down the field. That's my rebuttal to your Josh Allen.
Okay. So he throws the ball far down the field.
I will consider Josh Allen for the MVP if they go on a winning streak, and he has to be the reason, just like everybody says about Purdy.
But if you're saying he has to go on a winning streak, then you're saying that the MVP vote is a team award.
No, I'm saying he has to be the reason because everybody says that when Brock Purdy gets mentioned for the MVP.
Well, what if they play
Because he's
every
got
game
such a
like they
good
did
team.
against Philadelphia?
Okay.
And they lost every one.
Well, that means he's not a leader because Jalen Hurts won that game and he got the leadership points. So you clearly don't know how this MVP thing works.
Still arguing for the little man.
The biggest quarterback in the league, the little man. The small football town of Buffalo, New York. What's the second one? Give me rattle off these.
Mhm.
Zach Wilson telling the Jets that he doesn't want to go back in as the starter.
No, he was apprehensive.
They asked him if they told him he was starting again. He was like, he Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend.
Not so. We want you to play. No, thank you though.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then I just did this one because leading into the Thursday game, the Pats have given up less than 10 points in 3 straight games, and they're 0-3.
that
And
has to be the.
since week 9, they've only given up 46 points total
That
since
is
week 9,
insane.
and they're 0-4.
That is insane. Is that that has to be the worst offense in history?
Has to be.
That is so bad.
I mean,
you're
the spread for that game last week was against the Chargers was 5.5 points. So the Chargers covered the spread, and they won 6-0.
How do you not score?
How does Vegas do it?
How do you not score? How do you not score? That's a freaking baseball score. How do you not score against the Chargers? Everybody scores against the Chargers.
Oh,
gosh. Oh, look, man. Yes, he said they can't. You not Dak or Hurts. No. Purdy beat them both. Nope. Purdy and look, I'm taking off my Niners hat. Purdy should be the MVP. Put my Niners hat back on. Zach Wilson should.
yeah.
Zach Wilson should have told the Jets, be like, "Hey, I thought Aaron
Mr.
Rodgers was coming back.
Wilson.
I thought Aaron Rodgers was coming back. What was that all about? He should play. Put him out there." That's what I would have said if I was Zach Wilson. All right. The other one I had was Ocho Cinco said in a podcast that the old players should play the current players in the Pro Bowl. And then Tom Brady chimed in and said, me and Randy Moss and Chad Ochocinco will go out there and play those dudes in 7-on-7. I would watch that. Would you watch that?
Yeah.
No?
No, dude. I know what it looks like if I go out there and play.
Dude,
Those guys are older than me. I don't want to watch them play football.
Dude,
They did a commercial. They already made that commercial.
Oh, yes, with Dan Marino and Emmett Smith and Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Important question: is it grass or turf? Because that's the big talking point.
Grass.
Give
Well,
it to
if
the
I'm
old
kicking,
guys.
I prefer turf.
If I'm punting, it doesn't matter. If I'm long snapping, I don't know. Either one. I ruined my career snapping it over somebody's head, and then also blew my knee out on turf. And I did eat both of them on either surface, so it doesn't matter to me. And then I just saw this before we started. A Jacksonville employee for the Jaguars stole $22 million between 2019 and 2023 by exploiting the team's credit card services. How do you let somebody steal $22 million right out from under your nose? How's that happen?
I have no idea.
Unbelievable. I just thought it was funny. Okay. Let's talk about this showdown for DraftKings. Here's the PowerPoint presentation. Thursday evening football onslaught. The TEFO. TEFO. Teflon Don. No, forget that guy. Security guard. Primetime. Primetime man dime hot guys for week 14. We've got Pittsburgh at home taking on the New England Patriots to kick off week 14. Pittsburgh is favored by 6. The over-under is a total of 30.
Whoa.
30.
That's too high.
Too high? Okay, Butch, go
Should
off.
be
Tell
like
us.
10.
Give me your gut right here. Give me a gut. Give me a gut. Show your gut to the people.
All right.
Figuratively.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying. So, my man dime hot guy for this game on Thursday, which is tomorrow, is going to be the entire 2024 NFL draft. My reason being is because these teams, well, Pittsburgh, I guess they're in it, but good Lord, New England is awful. And I'm really not sure that Trubisky's going to get it done for Pittsburgh. So this thing might end in a 0-0 tie.
I could definitely see that happen. Like, dude, Trubisky's like the third highest player priced on this slate, like third or fourth. And it's like, yes, it's disgusting, but the New England Patriots defense is obviously really good, and the Pittsburgh offense sucked before Kenny Pickett went out. So now you've got this defense that's holding people to less than 10 points, and then Trubisky coming in there. I mean, and they just lost to the Cardinals. So,
Yeah.
dude, the QB stuff, I mean, yes, bad. But it's, if Pickett was there,
Well, I was reading that they were getting ready to bench him anyway. Then he got hurt.
Pickett?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I feel like their quarterback situation is just as bad as the Jets right now. It's just like, what do we do? Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Yeah, I look at this game from a DraftKings perspective, and obviously, if you play, you can pretty much build the line. Like, it's gonna be, defenses. People are gonna be playing the what out of them. Like, I don't know. Who knows, man? Maybe Trubisky will run the ball. Who knows? But Pittsburgh needs to win this game. New England doesn't want to win this game, and nobody has any idea who's playing quarterback for New England. I don't think Ramondre Stevenson's out. Demario, or what's that guy's Douglas? He's out. Juju's questionable. Devontae Parker's questionable. Pickett's out. Najee's questionable. Like, what are we doing here? I'm still going to watch it.
Dude, they have not put a New England player on any of the lead ups to the game. Anytime they show the graphic, it's always Belichick.
Yes. They put up. Oh, here's a fun stat from BMO. Trubisky has yet to throw a pick six in his career.
Oh,
wow! This game,
with that
dude.
Being said, there's no way
the defense.
There's no way I'm watching this game. But Pat's D 7,500 for captain slot all day.
Oh, dude, let me echo that.
More so because of the stats that I just dropped a little bit ago about the points they've given up recently.
You're going to want to play.
And then that dandy right there.
You're going to want to play Chris Boswell, the kicker for the Steelers. That dude has an absolute iron nutsack and is a really good kicker. If you're a visiting kicker, it's tough to kick in used to be Hines until they made it Acrisure or whatever it is. So don't fool me once, dude. I've done my defensive stuff. I'm done. Even in this game, done. I've been putting them up there 2 times in a row now. Not anymore.
Just to throw this out there, the Bills up until this year have been smoking the Pats. And Trubisky backed up J.A. I wonder if he takes anything over from the game plan.
Didn't the Bills lose to the Patriots earlier this year?
I said until this year.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right.
But the past 6 games before that, we were beating them by 30 points.
Tex gave you Jaylen Warren. He said it's the only logical choice. Way to be super literal, Tex. And then Dylon said Deontay Johnson because Allen Robinson doesn't play. And if you remember, Allen Robinson played with Trubisky in Chicago.
Ooh.
But I think Allen Robinson's like the wide receiver 4, so no chance he plays. Maybe. So there you go. Thursday evening football for your DraftKings. These are going to be put up on Twitter. These are the guys we are leaning towards, I guess. And I will watch this game because I love watching these games. This is when you know you love football because you're like, I know this game is going to suck. But I will still watch it anyways because we only have so many left. BMO with the Muth. The Muth is Luth. A little sip of vermouth. Wait, that's Chianti. Never mind. Okay. Hit the next slide. So that's Thursday. Steelers will probably win, but who knows? This is your slate for this weekend. There's 11 games. The two teams on bye. Maybe I'll stop playing Rondale Moore in every lineup because he's down there in the 3,000s. But the Cardinals and the Commanders are on the bye. And this is the last week of buys. So, and then I think we start getting Saturday football sometime soon.
Next week.
Ooh, the 3-game slate. Don't whisper sweet nothings into my ear. NFL 3-game slates. I love those. NFC South battle. Rams and Ravens is interesting. NFC South's going at it again. Panthers eliminated shamefully. Bears and Lions, Colts and Bengals, Jags and Cleveland. Good Lord, look at all these backup QB matches. Texans and Jets.
I think there's 6
That's crazy, man.
where it's both backups are playing, and then
Yeah.
there's a few other games with other backups playing.
Yeah, and
So what games do we like?
yes,
I had to tell
Niners and Seahawks in your face. Here we go. Games we like.
Oh.
Games we like. These are the ones we pick out for the DraftKings purpose. I don't think we had any close to 50 other than somehow
Buffalo.
Bills and Chiefs and Niners Seahawks. Those were the two that were close to 50. Basically, why we're picking these games out is we think they're going to be entertaining and we think they're going to have value from your DraftKings perspective when you're building your lineups. Okay. Javi, take us to.
So I want to take you back to
Thanks back.
State, Washington, where these two guys were rivals.
Ooh, yes.
And now their rivalry
Yes.
from the Apple Cup, Washington
Yes.
versus Washington State, the Apple Cup comes back to fruition.
You could have said fruit rish in there. That would
That's
have
what
been
I
a
was
nice
trying to say. And they play for for two teams that like to score. So I'm going Cincy at Indy. Like I said, both of these teams like to score. It's two backup quarterbacks that like to sling it. Both teams need wins to keep playoff hopes alive. And like I said, Washington versus Washington State, rivalry game for them.
What?
Who rides off in the sunset?
Minshew, obviously. He is built to ride off into the sunset.
With those handlebars?
Harley, headband, aviators, Fu Manchu, handlebars. Like, dude, I mean, if you want a guy who's going to ride off into the sunset for you, it's Gardner Minshew. Dude, I agree with this. They both still have a lot to play for, and people aren't talking about Steichen and what he is doing with Gardner Minshew and them being 7-5 somehow. And dude, Browning can sling it. I mean, there's weapons all over this game. And Zach Moss will be 97% owned, I think, again. So that's a good pick, dude. I like that one. Butch, talk to us.
All right, I'm going with the Minnesota and Las Vegas because your boy is back. Smoking Jays. He's back. Practice fully today. He will be on by 90% of the field. Justin Jefferson.
Yes. Who's playing quarterback for the Vikings?
But
do we know? We need Dylon. Dylon, if you're listening.
Is what's his name out?
I don't know. They were talking about maybe putting the what's the dude from BYU? Jaron Hall. There was discussion of the astronaut getting sent back to base camp or whatever. Yes. Yes, the astronaut. Nice. Oh, man. Oh, there you go, BMO. Minshew is the QB version of Jared Allen. Yes. Dude, he was in our thumbnail, Jared Allen was.
Iowa
Yeah,
State
he is.
or Idaho State.
I like that game too. Yeah, I think definitely some people in play, but I think Las Vegas is hosting, so natural grass. So we'll see what
Oh,
Justin
well,
Jefferson
then
does.
flip that.
Vegas doesn't play on natural grass, do they?
No,
Yeah, they do. They got that turf.
In the dome?
in the
Yeah.
dome, Allegiant
Yeah.
Dome.
Yeah, like whenever Arizona wheels theirs out, and wheels it back in. Los Angeles, I think they have two different kinds. That thing's like a lasagna of turf.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is a must win for the Vikings, though. Absolutely.
Both of them.
Yes. We got Josh Dobbs versus Aiden O'Connell, AOC.
Two backup quarterbacks again.
Yes. All right. My game that I'm looking at, over under 43.5. Chicago hosting Detroit. I have no idea what the weather is going to be like. This is in Chicago, so but the last 3 games these teams have played against each other, it's gone way over 51 points combined. And the Lions cannot stop Justin Fields. He has gone bananas the last few times he's played the Lions. So, this could be a sneaky little division. How about it? Get your points up in here. You know what I mean? And there's some pieces here, obviously. So I like that game. And Detroit has got to right the ship
Yeah.
because their defense is leaking oil bad right now. Because they're getting talked about as fraud. They're the fraud words being thrown around the Lions right now.
Oh.
So once you get into that category, people start chirping. And then J-Vi, do you want to read Texas game here? He picked Kansas City Buffalo over under 48.5. Kansas City favored by 1.
Yeah, he said, Mike, I've been saying, the past 3 weeks, it's a must win for the Bills. Season's on the line. On a personal level for Tex, he would love to see a win here to set up a primetime heartbreak game next week for the Cowboys. Stats to consider. Since 2017, Kansas City is 20-7 after a loss. The Bills are 27-13 after a loss. I don't know how Kansas City's only played 27 games and the Bills have played 40. But okay, and then there's 6-0 after the bye week for McDermott. He wishes he could put eyeball emojis. Bounce back game of the year this weekend for these two teams. Both coming off losses from the Eagles.
Even when he's typing his stats, he can't. He's barely.
He picked 27 games for the Chiefs and 40 for the Bills.
Dude, he typed. Oh man, bounce back game of the year for the Bills.
For both.
For both of them. I think the Indianapolis and Cincinnati game, that's like you said, that's rivalry game, even though it's really not. And then can you stop them game for Detroit and Chicago, and then Minnesota and Las Vegas is the what turf is this game? Oh, all right, let's go. Guys, here we go. For week 14, we've picked out some guys that we like. So, J-Vi, come on, dude. Save yourself here.
I'm going to get back on the wagon. My first guy, he's way, way, way down there at 3,000.
Yes.
Tank Dell going down. I've given Bobby Woods too many chances. Next man up, John Michie the third.
Yes.
I think he's going to get looks with Dell out. He's getting more targets. He's getting like 3-4 targets a game now. but he's 3,000, so you could get a lot more options too to play higher price guys. My next guy, Jackson Smith Najiba. I don't know how to say his last name.
Butcher these names so bad. He spelled them.
Me neither.
But
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
yes,
Jigba.
nobody's getting as hot as this dude right now. The
Nick
Niners are
Jigba.
terrible against slot receivers. And then my last guy,
He's probably
Been
good
saying
at
that
Jenga.
for 2 months. Oh yeah. Yes.
my last guy goes with one of your guys, DJ Moore. He's a little more expensive than I like to play, the 6,500 guy, but 10 targets the last 3 games. He's the Bears' only option.
Yes. Yes. I like those. I like Mechie. I like Njigba. Even though they're going to get waxed by the Niners and they're going to be behind, so they're going to have to throw the ball. I like those. All right, your quarterbacks. I've been giving you the past 2 weeks the number one quarterback. I'm going back to the well with Josh Allen. He was built
There
for
you
this
go.
game. This is an absolute
Another
legacy
turnover
game. Absolute legacy game, or he's a fraud. This is Are You a Fraud game for Josh Allen. Your next one is Justin Fields for all the reasons I listed before, because Detroit hasn't stopped Fields since he came into the league. And then your last one. Get ready, people. It's Joe Flacco down there at 4,700. Jacksonville just got torched by Browning, and Flacco is not afraid to sling that thing. So, go ahead, dude. Scroll on down there. Scroll on down there with your thumb and look at Mr. Flacco in his Jets jersey with his headshot and put him in your lineup.
Dude, can you imagine who you could play if you played Flacco and Michi?
Dude, I tried that with DTR and it went terribly. But I will try it again.
DTR is not Flacco.
It's true. Flacco was throwing its spirals were phenomenal. They were going to the other team.
Seeds.
But yes. Okay. And he's probably all hyped up because Delaware just lost to Montana and Delaware is moving up. So he's probably got the bump up juice.
Ooh.
Butch P. Go ahead.
All right. For the tight ends, Dylon has went with Hutchinson at 6K
Homer.
and Kincaid at 5,500. And he wants to know, has anyone stopped this guy yet?
The Bills have.
That was for Hawkinson.
I know it was for Hawkinson, but I'm doing it for Kincaid. Thank you, literally, Leanne. But, and then for Kincaid, tight ends have torched. Game from Kelsey.
No, pass the torch.
Pass the
Pass
need the weed.
This is Kelsey handing the baton?
Handing the torch to Kincaid. Oh, it must be in the name. He's gonna wear
Tex
his
and
crown
BMO
out.
are cussing us right now because we butchered his stats so bad. They were Tex is so mad. I've been laughing over here.
Dude,
Oh.
and my guy for the running back, I'm going with Jeremy Ford at 5,500 because he's affordable.
Ooh.
Ooh, I love it.
Oh,
Yes, slip it in there, dude. Slip in that dad joke. Let's go. Tex gives you his defenses. Minnesota, 3,100, bringing cover 0 high blitz D versus the Raiders, who play like Javi's eyes and stomach after taking a shot at Jose. And then he gave you Detroit, the complete opposite of what I've been saying, for 3,400. The Bears smell like New Orleans after a Category 5 hurricane named Ditko.
Oh, too soon.
Oh,
soon.
Man. Oh.
On to the next thing. Okay. Tex.
Oh.
Okay. We got the Sunday night football game. So those are your guys. Put them in your lineups, yell at us, or shake our hands virtually after you win your DraftKings contest. Sunday night football. Let's take a little time here to talk about our teams and how we're feeling. But we're going to let Butch P go first because we got Philly at Dallas. Over under 52.5. Dallas favored by 3.5. The Sunday night game should be awesome. Should be a lot of fun for DraftKings. Butch P, as the lone Cowboy fan here, put on your what's that show you like? Yellowstone.
Pardon my take.
Put on your hat and go ahead and give the people your synopsis. Not from a DraftKings. Just put on your fan hat. Put on your Cowboys fan hat.
Dude, Coke versus Pepsi right here. The epitome of Eagles versus Cowboys. Get you a soft drink, put some liquor in it if you want to. And I'm going to tell you, this game is going to be electric. Dak and the Cowboys at home. We are very tough there. We are going to smash mouth the Eagles all night long. A little duplicate Cappy.
Happy Cot. Everybody does that.
Cappy Cot League. So, dude, just going to bring it, man. I'm excited. I feel good about this game.
Here's what I want to know. I want to get this is what people want to hear. Your emotion after if they win. What are you thinking? Where's your ceiling? Are you thinking, okay, we're going to win the division. We're going to win the division. We're going to go to the playoffs. We're going to win the Super Bowl, maybe get home. Are you thinking that? Or if you win, are you going to be like, oh, okay, we're good.
No,
I'm fine. I'm not going to overthink it.
No, I'm not thinking that far. No, I'm not thinking that far ahead. I mean, we still have a lot of tough teams with the Bills the following week, the Dolphins, and then we wrap up with Commanders. But look, with those teams on our schedules, I mean, the Bills could come out. Who knows what you're going to get? Dolphins the same way, like you said. Well, I'm just saying, we win this game. We're at 10-3. The Eagles still control the conference tiebreaker between us, so they will slide back to the 2 seed. We still stay at the 5 seed, and likely that's where we're going to be going into the playoffs. I'm comfortable with that because we're going to be paired up with the South in the first round, and no matter what happens, we're in a win-win situation right here. If we end up winning the division,
but wait
the Eagles fall out,
get him.
You don't want that. You don't want the 5 seed because Tex tries to put off this fear of birds on everybody. So if you stay the 5 seed, you finish behind the Eagles, bird. You lost to the Eagles, bird. You lost to the Cardinals, bird. Guess who the 4 seed is?
Falcons.
Bird. Falcons.
Bird.
That's a dangerous matchup for the Cowboys. Cowboys are scared of birds.
Bird.
Cowboys aren't birding.
You know who is birding? Brock Purdy. Now, the flip side, if they lose, is it over? Give the people your emotion.
No. So, what do you mean is it over? Over for what?
They can't beat the Eagles. So if the Eagles are in the playoffs, they won't be able to beat them.
No, third time's the charm, dude. Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah. Third eye blind.
Exactly.
Okay, so noted. It's a win-win no matter what the Cowboys do. If they lose or win, it's a win-win.
Just like all their websites, boards. Fluff pieces. Win if they win if they lose.
Tell the people it's your year because I know you want to say it.
Hey, don't be bitter up there because you're 6-6 and same record as the Atlanta Falcons, and you're
The
not
bitter.
in.
He's got his bitter Bills face on.
Mm.
Okay, Javi, now. Where are you at? Where are you at right now with the Bills
I've been
Chiefs?
told you all show and all week. Hey, survive in advance.
But where are you on it? Where's the
50th
emotional scale?
anniversary of North Carolina State winning the basketball national championships. Jimmy V, survive in advance.
If they win, are you back fully on board?
Oh, if Josh plays like he did against the Eagles again, I'm on board.
Mm. If they lose,
So you're already looking ahead to college basketball.
where are you going?
Yes.
Where are you going if they lose? Is it over?
It's never over.
Mm.
I'm a fan. I watched that Oilers game live. My parents still got it on VHS. It's never over.
Mm. That's only one game, though. Okay. Niners and Seahawks. Any questions for me? Here's this is
Yeah,
the
what are your
quintessential
games of the week?
this is the quintessential trap game for the Niners. Seahawks, I hate their guts. This is our third bird team in a row. We're almost right to the where I can put the emoji or the meme together. So this could seal the division, basically. So it's at home. Niners usually pretty good at home. And this, if the Cowboys do their job and the Niners win this game, we're in the 1 seed, and I'm fully on board. I got to put my Super Bowl hat on. I got to start building the thing like I did a few years ago.
The thing about it is we're going to do our job, but y'all will forget to do yours.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a trap game. You're overlooking the Seahawks.
Not that game.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
that game. Nope.
Next week,
10-3.
the Ravens.
No.
The
Don't care about the
MVP is
Ravens.
going to MVP you.
Oh, it's another MVP game next week. He's gonna knock them out one by one.
All right.
Okay. All right. Yes. Games. We have our theme music. How dare you?
Oh shoot! It is how dare you. I was looking for the ice cream song.
Oh, dude, it's how dare you?
How dare you?
How dare me? How dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you, sir? You're gross.
How dare you?
How dare you? This segment's brought to you by Really Neat Outfitters. Promo code GOAT. Spend $60, get free shipping, 10% off your order at checkout. Just in time for the holidays. Go get the Big Third Down hat. That way you don't have to say Big Third Down every time you're watching football with your family. You just wear it. Actions speak louder than words. Hat guy, lids. Don't hat me, bro. Okay. Week 15 of college football. And really at the FBS level, there's only one game. And it is one of the greatest games and spectacles in sports of all time. But before we get to that, we released our final college football playoff bracket. How do we feel about this?
I'd have been fine with that.
Yes. People would argue Alabama over Liberty, but Liberty was undefeated. And then we put our other teams in there that would have made up our 12-team playoff. I don't know if that math adds up, but it's close enough, I think. So that's how it should have been. But the committee decided to put money, and it came out that they saved an estimated $150 million in revenue by putting Alabama in as opposed to Florida State. So,
and that's just by
all this. Okay, that's probably what it's going to be. So this was a money deal. That's why they put Alabama in, because they're tied with the SEC. Don't give me this. They were the best. This is, sorry you lost. This is what it's all about. No, we don't have to go into all that, do we? Because I'll go off on a tangent. Anything else on this playoff? This is what it should have been. J-Vi, anything?
No, just sit around and wait a month for the playoffs to start. Worst playoff postseason of any sport,
Ridiculous.
hands down.
So dumb. Like, you got to be kidding me. Like, that's the biggest thing. And I will
Every
say
other
one,
level plays during this time.
they're in the
Like,
semifinals and quarterfinals right now. We're
they
getting ready
can't
to get into
say
it.
it's they're during exam period. Well, NCAA, your other two divisions are during exam period too. The only student athletes aren't the D1 guys.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen other sports too, like baseball that plays like 3 games a week, and basketball? Like, anyways, it's the one thing I did want to bring up about FSU that people aren't really considering is this doesn't just hurt them this year. Like, it hurts their recruiting and their future, because people are looking at that who are going to go to FSU and be like, well, why would I go there? They won't even get in when they're undefeated. So,
Dude,
like,
that's part of my how dare you, but it's something
Oh.
similar.
yeah, but I've had enough of the people who are saying they put the best teams in. I'm like, you're a jabroni for thinking that, because they fooled you. It's about money and TV ratings. Don't tell me anything different, because that's what it's about. Whatever. Let's talk about some of these games. Don't sleep on them. J-Vi.
I don't sleep on them game. I was going to pick a different game, but as I was getting ready to type it in, somebody had faster Twitter fingers than me
Yes.
and typed theirs in. So I went with my second option, Cootstown at, shout out our National Day, Colorado
Yes.
School of the Mines,
There you go. That's what it was.
#1 seed. I've never seen Mimes play football, but I'm assuming they're pretty good. They're #1 seed.
They were good last year. I think I remember watching it last year.
If you're so question, if you go to this school and you play football, if you win a national championship, how do you brag about it later in life?
What
or
do you
at your
mean?
job? Because
School
if
of
you're
Mines.
School of the Mine, you can't talk.
Hey, you don't have to do this right there. That's it.
Hey,
is this division?
Beyonce knows them.
Is this division
3?
Division 3? Yeah, because I have the other one. Okay, here's my don't sleep on them game. Furman and Montana. Don't sleep on it, because the SoCon's best is going to go up to Montana, and hopefully it's another absolute blizzard, because there's nothing like watching football in a blizzard. Don't sleep on that game. The FCS, these Division 2, 3, and FCS are phenomenal.
I'm not supposed to do this because of they were a rival, but I hope Furman pulls it out for the SoCon.
Shout out Need to Breathe. Hey, SoCon forever.
Shout out Florida's head coach.
What?
He played at Furman. Napier.
Oh, did he? Napier?
Yeah, he was the quarterback during the Miracle on the Mountain.
Oh my gosh. I was there at that game.
He was throwing it to Bear Reinhardt, Need to Breathe.
Oh, and then it got picked off by Josh Jeffries, and he lateraled it to Derek Black.
Yeah.
BMO chiming in. Here we go. School of the Mines. Not Mimes.
BMO,
you need to do the.
You need to do the
rest.
You want to? I'll do it how I want to.
You need to do the rest of the show as a mime.
Oh, just don't step
you
on
and
them.
DK Metcalf. Okay. Texas was Albany and Idaho. So Albany supposedly got some dogs on their defensive line. And Idaho's, I just love watching games in Idaho. That's the FCS playoffs. It's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be
Playing a
fun.
dome.
Yes, dude, the Kibbe Dome. All right, J-Vi, what's your game with that dog in it?
My game, and so my first game was D2 because the winner plays Lenore Ryan versus Harding. But my game with that dog in it is only taking over for college Thursday night games, but it's going to be played NFL Thursday night. Pats at Steelers. Because dogs actually might be playing this game. It's going to be so bad.
You can go walk your dog during this game.
Yes.
It's going to be so bad. My game with that dog in it is Villanova at South Dakota State. South Dakota State is dogging everybody.
They're
I don't
lagging.
know if Nova has it. So, dog.
Not unless Caesar comes back and plays for them.
Oh, I remember that guy when we were playing.
Yeah, he put 48 up on us.
Yep. Lenore Ryan,
The dog whisperer guy, Caesar.
Caesar Milan. Game with that dog in it for Tex. Lenore Ryan versus Harding semifinals. So the semifinals is Kutztown and Colorado Mines for D2, and Lenore Ryan versus Harding. Those winners go to the national title game. Shout out my wife for going to Lenore Ryan, and she was excited whenever I told her, "Hey, your college is in the semifinals, right down the road from our school, App State." So shout out there. Playoff model jump, J-Vi.
Hey, there's only one game that matters playoff-wise this week. Bills at the Chiefs. Survive and advance.
Mine and Texas both are the Division 3. So I had Cortland. I think it's Cortland SUNY. It's up in New York. And then Randolph-Macon. And then North Central at Wartburg. Awesome
North Central's
names.
won it the last couple years.
Then you're probably asking yourself, where's Mount Union or Wisconsin Whitewater? They're
Yeah.
usually the Division 3 powerhouses.
Well, North Central's right out of Chicago, right?
I think so.
No, it is. I know.
Oh, okay. And then so those are the Division 3. So we're gonna have some playoff football. Don't tune these games out, boys and girls. Pay attention to them. Trap game. What's yours, J-Vi?
My trap game of the week is Philly at Dallas. Trap game for the boys because they're trying to already dig through their archives to bring out the Super Bowl tapes to play it as we own the Bills. We beat them in 2 Super Bowls. They're already looking for that trap game. They're scared of birds. Cowboys are scared of birds.
And birds sit on buffaloes' shoulders.
Yes.
Sometimes. So that's also a bird game, like an inadvertent bird game. My trap game is Minnesota at Las Vegas.
Flies.
Minnesota at Las Vegas. Just because this will put the nail in the coffin of Dylon and all of his Super Bowl hopes. This should be great. Trap game. Trap game for the Vikes, even with him back. And then Texas was North Dakota State at South Dakota. And this one was funny because they got in a little tussle between them. South Dakota canceled NDSU's fans' tickets for their playoff game this week because the Bison fans were able to guess playoffs as the password for the South Dakota booster presale. So North Dakota State figured out their password and went in there and bought their tickets from South Dakota, their booster.
Wow.
And then South Dakota canceled the tickets.
How did the Dakotas get so good at football?
Dude, I don't know. They're all
Everybody left.
It's true. North Dakota is good too. There you go. There's the games, and now Butch P. Run it down for us. One of the greatest spectacles ever.
One of the greatest games to be ever played each and every year. This is 117th time. This is the greatest rivalry in sports. Yes. Right here. Army versus Navy. Dude, that's got the dog. It's got the playoff. You're not American if you don't watch this game.
Hey, speak on it. We stand on business.
Especially if you watch football. You need to be tuned in watching this. This is our countrymen at work to play a game that we call football, that we all love, as you hear in our song, each and every episode that we produce. Dude, Navy has the upper hand here. 60 wins to 49 and 2 ties Okay.
Mm.
So, being a Black Knight, as you see over my shoulder here, we were the Black Knights. So, Army being the Black Knights, that's pretty cool. But I show no favoritism in this game. It's a win-win, no matter who wins.
Yes, I always hate to see the losing teams. I'm like, man, they really wanted that. I hate to see them
And
lose.
you know, it's like a lot of those guys last time they'll ever play
Yes.
football.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's tough. I think it's in the. Isn't it in Gillette Stadium this year?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another thing I was going to say. There's
Really?
finally going
Yeah.
to be a win in Gillette Stadium this year.
They should have
Thank
put
you
them
for-
on the. They should have put them on the graphic for Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh.
I love this game. It's phenomenal. I hope it snows. Man, I hope it snows. Give us the snow. Okay, last little football notes for college football. 1,200 kids have been into the portal from different teams.
Holy moly.
1,200. That's ridiculous. Hey, that bar in Iowa, they're doing it again.
Really?
Pour until they score for the bowl game, baby. I forgot where it was. But next year, Millie Goat's on the road. We got to go to Iowa and
Hey,
go to one of those.
Bring our snake.
Yes, dude. We'll bring the mic. We'll do some interviews. Millie Goat's on the road. Reach to whatever that bar is. I can't remember what it is. Maybe we should reach out to him. And then the
Cedar
Heisman
Rapids.
finalists were announced. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, Marvin
Oh,
Harrison, Maserati Marv. Who was the other one? Michael Penix. Those four.
Who you got?
I mean, they're going
Penix.
to give it to Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Wait,
I mean,
what? Do you think
Penix-
so?
Yeah.
Penix and Nix will just take votes from each other.
Yeah.
So doesn't Florida State have even more of a case now?
Well, look, guys, it's not about the most deserving player. Okay. The NCAA is going to come in there for the Heisman, and they're going to put what's his face, Jalen Milroe, into the finals and boot Marvin Harrison Jr. out because he's not in the SEC. That's what's going to happen. The committee's going to swoop in late and be like, nope, sorry. Heisman is not about the best player or the most deserving. It's about who we think should be the best college football player, right?
Yeah, unlike the NFL MVP.
Like I could see them doing that would be hysterical. That's a
Dude.
tweet. We're going to put that out. All right. How dare you's right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Boom. Right there on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. If you can't see, there's a picture of David Carr, there's a picture of the NCAA logo, and there's a picture of Harris Teeter. J-Vi.
My how dare you goes out to the NCAA. And as you were saying, like the committee not picking Florida State, I know the NCAA and the committee are different, but I'm grouping them all into one because NCAA is the parent company. I'm doing the umbrella effect. Put them all into one, and how dare you to them. The reasons you stated, this is going to set Florida State back because people aren't going to want to go to school there, and because they're not going to make it to the championship, why go to school there? I saw a stat, too, that the top 15 teams in the country for next year, if it was ranked the top 15 teams that are in the country right now going into next year, 14 of them are either going to be in the Big Ten or the SEC.
That's what it was all about from the beginning.
And the one team that was not was Florida State.
That's what it was all about from the beginning.
So how dare you to them for that? And also how dare you going to bring in irrelevant news here to them for not allowing Florida State men's football team to be able to brag with the Florida State women's soccer team who played in a playoff, was given the opportunity to play in a playoff and won it. Shout out them winning women's NCAA soccer tournament, but not their men's football team. How dare you, NCAA playoff committee?
How dare you? Bunch of idiots, man. I mean, that was the angle all along. Was we want to get SEC and Big Ten. They monopolized it, everybody, and everybody's feeding into it. Everybody's fine because they've convinced them we get the best teams. It's not about who you think is
The
the
best
best
teams
team.
aren't in there.
It's not about who you think. That's the beauty of the game. You get to play it on the field, not in a boardroom. Idiots. My how dare you goes out to Harris Teeter. Because today I went to get gas and I went to insert my loyalty number so that I could get $1 because I had 1,000 fuel points from Harris Teeter. And I inserted my card, put in my number, all that stuff, got the $1 off. Gas was $1.79, put it in my truck, pulled the handle, get in the truck because it was a little bit chilly. I step out after about 2 or 3 minutes. I look at it and it only filled up $2. So I took it out and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Put my card back in, had to fill up the rest of my truck without the $1 off. And it cost me like $20. So how dare you, Harris Teeter, for your scamming nonsense, taking my $1 off fuel after I bought all those groceries there. That is absolute garbage. Give me my money back. How dare you? I was so mad when I got out and I saw that it said $2.19.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
thought
hilarious.
to myself, I was like, that probably just cost me all my fuel points because you can't use it twice. Lo and behold, it did. I put it back in. It was like, you get 10 cents off. I don't want 10 cents off. I want to take this gas out right now and pump it out and give it back to you, scumbags. Oh,
Ooh.
jeez. Unbelievable.
First
Oh.
world problems.
Here you go. Here's a how dare you for you, Butch. BMO. Breaking news right here on the show. Juan Soto, Yankee. He's doing a
We're
mime.
back.
He's doing a mime.
Hey, shout out Colorado.
Colorado,
mine.
baby. Potential national champs. All right. Well, you got a how dare you, Butch, or no? You can read Texas. I'll read Texas.
All right. That'll be mine.
Okay. You want to read it or you want me to read it? Tex and Butch P.
Go ahead.
Shared, how dare you? David Carr says Hurts is not 100% and should sit out, and Mariota should start. Eagles are in a dogfight for the division. He doesn't know ball or have a clue what's on the line this week. If the Cowboys win, they own the number 1 spot with help. How dare he? Okay, first of all, the Cowboys own nothing if they win this game. The 49ers get the 1 spot, and the Cowboys don't change.
They own the number 1 spot with help.
Yes, parentheses.
Bills are on the number 1 spot with help if they win this game.
Everybody, hey, you know what? Panthers number 1 spot with help.
Hey, this is the you get the number 1 spot with help game of the week.
Yes. Okay,
All right.
quickly. Anything else, Butch? You got that good?
That's it.
Okay. Other relevant sports quickly.
Hey, I wanted to shout out
ahead.
our friends over at the Black and Gold podcast. They're doing a fundraiser feeding the App State men's basketball team a nice Christmas dinner. Word on the street is steak and lobster. Can't confirm, but throwing that out there for their win over Auburn. So they've raised a lot of money. So, go look them up and donate to them if you want to help their cause.
They packed the homes, dude. No place
Took
like
the stairs.
homes. No place like homes. Last I saw it was over like $1,200.
I think it's
So
like
they're-
1,800 now.
Let's go. And the last thing, shout out Black and Gold Podcast. All your App State stuff. They're awesome. John Rahm to the live.
Hey,
500.
550.
50
Yes.
plus million.
I
Yes.
would do a lot of things that I might not necessarily want to do for that amount of money.
He gets his own live team too. They threw that in there. It's like, who cares?
Yeah.
550. Like, that sealed the deal.
Free shipping and handling.
Dude,
like-
we sensed it all last year too. The way
Yep.
he was playing, I was just like, man, he's going. And then when they backdoored everybody with the deal with Liv, it was just like, dude,
and then he started like just,
negatory. Yeah.
Yep.
Negatory.
and the word on the street is, maybe it's Jason Day and Adrian Moronk. I think are the other two that are rumored. So it's and Monahan's out now, so it's a free for all, dude.
You
Yeah.
might trust him. Can't trust him. Can't win with
Can't
him.
trust them, Paul. They ain't played nobody, Paul. All right. Inter Squad Dad Kings Jamboree. Butch P with 17. J Val with 15. See it on the ticker down there.
14.
Tex has 14. Dylon has 10. And I have 8. Here I come, boys. Here I come. Okay. Recommend our show to a friend. Your family. Road trips. Phenomenal. Hour and a half right there. Right for your road trip. Perfect for visiting family. Put it on. That's it. We'll see you Sunday night for after week 14, all that stuff. Follow us on YouTube, The Millie Goats, Rumble, The Millie Goats, Twitter, at Millie Goats, down there in my, where's it at? Down there in my thing. Instagram at The Millie Goats, website and blog, milliegoats.godaddysites.com. Apparel at www.raeo.live. Buy the Big Third Down hat. Subscribe to the show, rate it, review. We do the same for you. Go Niners.
Go Bills.